how to build an easy cave spider spawner farm in Minecraft. These are the resources you will need for this farm. Okay, so the first step to this farm is of course to find yourself a cave spider spawner, and then after you've done that you will slowly have to start breaking all the cobwebs around it and then get to the spawner. And then when you have access to the actual spawner, I would recommend that you place some torches around it simply to prevent spiders from spawning while you're building this. Okay, so after you've done that, we're now going to need to start digging out the room that the spiders are going to be spawning in. So to do that, we're going to need to dig out 4 blocks in each direction from the spawner. So for example, into this wall we have 1 block right here, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, and then 4 blocks. And of course you will need to do this in every other direction. However, we don't have anything we really need to dig out on this side because we have a tunnel going right here. So what I would recommend you do here then is to quickly place yourself some torches inside here just to light it up a bit, and then simply go back to the spawner and count yourself 4 blocks out from the spawner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and since this is the 4th block on the 5th block, which is right here, you will pretty much just need to cover this in. And of course you will need to break out any fences or anything like that is in that area, pretty much like this, so you don't need to break out anything. And then you will of course need to do the same every other direction, so this way also 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4th block, this is the 5th block, so we're going to destroy this and then place some blocks right here. And then we will obviously have to do the same right here, 1 block, 2 block, 3 blocks and 4 blocks. So now what you will have to do is pretty much just dig out this room. So what I mean by that is that since we have 4 blocks going out here, you will need to dig out in this direction until you reach where we have 4 blocks on this side too. So the room will pretty much have to be a big room that has space for 4 blocks going in each direction of the spawner. Okay, so after you've done this, you will also need to make sure that you have 2 blocks above the spawner at least, which we do right here. Perfect. And then you will also need to dig down 3 blocks under the spawner. So you can pretty much stand anywhere inside this room and then just dig down 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3, and then you will need to dig down 3 blocks on every other block inside this room, so we pretty much have 3 blocks under the spawner. So then do that. Okay, so the next step after you've dug out 3 blocks under the spawner is to find yourself 2 corners of this room and then place yourself out 2 water sources, pretty much like this. And then what you will have to do next after you place out the water sources is to break down every block that doesn't have any water on it, which means all of these blocks. And you will have to break these blocks 1 block going down, pretty much just like this. Then you will also need to go in the middle of the wall we have right here, which is pretty much at the same place where the spawner is, and then dig out 9 blocks going into this wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then you're also going to need to expand this by 1 more block to the left and to the right. So now we should have a 3 thick long way going into this wall. Then after you've done this, you will also need to break out the blocks that are pretty much on the last place where the water is. So now the water should be running towards the room we have built inside here. So then the next step is on the 2nd block of where we broke in, you will need to place yourself out the sign, place another sign while looking at the sign, and then a 3rd sign like this. Okay, so then after you've done that, you will need to count 2 blocks going back from where we have the signs. 1, 2, then dig down the 2nd block, like this. Then you will need to dig down the blocks until you get to the other side of the wall, or the back, boom, like this. Then you will have to place yourself out 3 wall blocks right here, and then going 2 blocks forward from one of these walls. 1, 2, place yourself out a double chest, like this. Then behind the double chest, and place yourself out 2 hoppers going into that chest, and then another hopper going into one of those hoppers. The chest can also be on this side if you want, but I really doesn't matter much. Then after you've done that, you will need to place yourself out 3 slabs, so pretty much 1 slab on top of each of the hoppers. Then you will also need to place yourself out 3 water sources right here, so pretty much right behind the signs. And then you will pretty much have to place 3 blocks right here, which is pretty much where the first couple blocks we broke are. Then simply expand this wall by a few more blocks until you get right above the slabs, like this. Then you will have to expand this by 1 more block going out, and then you will have to place yourself some trapdoors here simply to prevent spiders from, coming out to you. And of course you will have to place yourself some torches inside this room to prevent mobs from spawning in here while you're standing AFK. So now we really just have 1 more step, and that is to get back out into the spider spawner to break out all the torches. So to do that, you can simply dig yourself a couple blocks into this wall, then slowly dig yourself up until you are about the level where the spawner is, which should be about here. Then you might have to break yourself in here. Okay, we did it correctly. Then simply build yourself out until you reach the spawner, break out all the torches we have around here, boom, like this. Now a couple spiders should be spawning, and then you will of course also need to place yourself out a slab on top of the spawner to prevent spiders from spawning on top of the spawner. Then simply break back those blocks, replace them to make sure there's plenty of light inside there, then get back down into your room right here, and then the spiders are just here. So now if I head into survival, grab my sword, I can start killing the spiders, and yeah, the XP are coming. And if we head into this chest, the string and spider I should be getting will be going into the chest. Now some things you can use these for is that you can actually trade the string for emeralds using villager, and you can actually use the spider eyes to make certain potions, which of course is very nice. So anyways, that was it for this farm. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you found this helpful. So yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.